Hello everyone. Just we have started. The point is 1.3 according to your book. The point is a growing middle class envisages into privileges. Envisages means that is the discussion or thinking, you can say thinking. Privileges means most of the facilities, luxury type of lifestyle according to your inhabitants area. I mean to say, France ruler, that is Louis families, Louis kings, already given to the clergy or the nobility family. They took many kind of privileges according to their livelihood or according to the lifestyle. They had most of the land. They did not give any kind of taxes, whatever. But in that time, a growing of middle class, that is point, a growing of middle class people. Middle class people means who are the small businessmen, who are the manufacturing holder, you know, who are in that time the merchants, you can say, you know, who are doing in that time, suppose import and export businesses. They felt some problem, some economical problem they faced. Most of the people of peasants, farmers, artisans, workers, daily workers, they faced some problem for a single bread, because you already know that the 16 is forced to them to collect the more taxes. And when they are facing some problem, so obviously this kind of people, that is the third states, basically the businessmen, lawyers, admission officers, there's a merchants, they feel problem. They feel that it is very necessary to change the social atmosphere or social discrimination. Here the social discrimination means that is some most of the people, that is clergy or nobility family, they are taking more facilities, others not, others are giving the taxes only. So you know when these people, that is nobility and clergy people, they thought that we are getting this kind of facilities by birth, it is our right by birth. But in that time, I mean to say, when the protesting is increasing day by day, so these people is called middle classes people. These people stood against of monarchy, that is against of that is monarchy or 16 Louis. They wanted to finish this kind of activities. They thought that no, privilege is not by birth. A person social position must depend on his merit. So according to his merit, you can feel as a person your position in our society, not by your birth. So most of the people stood against. But question must come out that how in that time philosophers played a vital role to inspire the people, because these philosophers, in coffee house, in saloons, in their private places also, sometimes or gathering position also, they discussed about the democracy, about the privacy, and they inspired the people. Obviously in that time Rousseau, Montesquieu, what I say, that is John Locke also there, they played a vital role through their book. Suppose I can say that two two treatises of government. It is a book which written by Rousseau. He mentioned the form of government. The form of government means according to the government, you know law, in front of law, before a law, all are equal. This kind of, you know I mean to say, he wanted to set as democracy, democratical government. We never forget the spirit of laws, one book also which written by Montesquieu. He thought that, he proposed the government should be like that, legislative, executive and judiciary system. For the legislative, legislative means the candidate should be elected by the people by vote. Executive means the members who can administer the power, official. Judiciary means the law system. So this is the three kind of system, you know, they he wanted, or he wanted to set this. So this is the point. As growing middle classes people and in fee suggests, I mean that is the thinking to in the privileges, in the privileges, in whose privileges, there is a clergy or nobility families, privileges, they wanted to finish it, and for that philosopher played a vital role. So according to this discussion, one example also given, that is, you already know the 13 colonies of American under by Britain once upon a time. After getting their independence, there is a 13 colonies. They said this kind of government, they guaranteed the job facilities to the people who are living there. Food facilities also there. Okay, living style should be changed. Every people, you know, could live properly. So that type of systems they wanted to set, because they are facing problem. They are surviving. They are serving for food, serving for living style, whatever, you know. So in that time, philosopher played a vital role. If the question comes, how the philosopher inspired to the people, in that time you will read this through these books or like that. After that, we have started, that is the outbreak of revolution. You know very well, just clearly I'm telling you, just listen. The time of 16 Louis, or before that 15 Louis or 14 Louis, three states category also there: first state, second state, third state. In that time, whatever decision will be taken by the Louis kings, in that time they called to three states, and they meet each other. They gave their opinion. After that, any kind of decision should be declared for all people. In that time, when 16 Louis wanted to increase the taxes, and to force the taxes, to force the third state people to take the more taxes like that. In that time, third states, second state, and first state meet each other. And what type of situation was there? I am going to tell. Suppose here first state and second state, they treated each other as raw, and they can look each other, this kind of. And third state people, you know the representative, they stood the backside of this first state and second state, and their representatives were 600, and they are only 300 representatives of first state and second state. And whose representatives were so much? Obviously third states. And third state people were educated. They already felt that this is the right time to change something. They demanded that, according to previous time, every state has only one vote. Suppose first state one vote, second state one vote, third state one vote. So obviously they are taking most facility. Obviously they will be favored in their own. But as according to representatives, they had more than first or second state. So third state people, they demanded to 16 Louis, every people, listen, every person or each people put one vote to take any kind of decision or any kind of proposal. 16 Louis rejected this proposal. When the 16 Louis rejected the proposal, third state people walk out. Walk out means come out from this assembly, and in protesting mood. No, we are not taking this kind of decision like that. We are against of this. So after that, you already know, uh, they stood against, and in that time, two people name I want to say, that is very important to people. That is name is, that is I'm going to tell, that is Mirabeau and Mirabeau one. one person, Mirabeau, the leader person of third state or this general people, Mirabeau, and another name is Abbe says, Abbe says, and Mirabeau, two person told that until the success of National Assembly, we will fight against of this monarchy system or against 16 Louis. And obviously, you know, in the court of indoor of the court of Versailles, they meet each other on 20 July 1789 and started the National Assembly. And through the National Assembly, they wanted to give, guarantee of job, guarantee of food, or guarantee of facilities, and obviously the finish of this kind of privileges or finish this kind of uh, activities of Louis XVI. And that's why we can say we can say that the most of the people burned the privileges of I cannot say the landholders who already took the most kind of privileges in their lifestyle. They burned their cattle house. Manor already one word also there is a funds. Manor means a state consisting the lords lands and the mansion. I mean to say there is the area which area only undercovered by the noble families or clergy families. Chateau also there. It is also written in your book also. A castle or stately residency belonging to the king or noble families. This area is also captured by these peasants because they were very angry. Most of the people burned the all kind of documents, which documents already seized by the government. Here government we cannot say that, the ruling authority, that is the 16 laws are like that. They burned the all kind of documents, they burned the all kind of landholders houses, they destroyed their mansion. Who are doing this? Obviously peasant families, who are obviously peasant, small farmers, third state, like that, because they wanted to finish the monarchy system quickly, and they did. And after that you result, you already know that. So this is the 2 point I'm going to tell. That is the end of the privileges started the middle classes people. Who are the middle classes people in that time? Obviously in that time the middle class people, the small businessman, manufacturing holder, like some what I say, that is household, some suppose some householder like that, suppose who had a small land or like that. These are obviously manufacturing, you can say, or merchants, you can say that, merchant. So this is the middle class people who were the growing up day by day, and they wanted to finish these privileges. Okay. And second part is that is the philosopher. Through their books they inspire to the people to fight against the monarchy system. And after that, two name I already said, Mirabeau and Abisiesky, the two person who lead the team to inspire the team and given the great powerful speech to inspire the people against the monarchy system. And obviously after that they burned, they destroyed the clergy or nobility families house, their mansion, their farmhouse, whatever. And they seized their documents, they burned the documents also, it is written. So these kind of activities were done by them. So it is the outbreak of revolution. So middle classes, philosopher, and the activities of the third estate people. So this is the shortly discussion. Hope you understood. Okay. And if you don't understand, if I hope you understood, but if not, if you're getting any kind of problem, you can write down the question or point, and at least at first read this. Whatever I have discussed, same to same matter is there. And on tomorrow onwards I will use the board also, and tripod also I have purchased, and I will use it on tomorrow onwards. Thank you.